On this week's show, lots to be thankful for, Disney Infinity on Steam, and our new Infinitunes. All this and more on episode 65 of the Inside Infinity podcast.
What's up, guys? This is John Vignacchi, executive producer on Disney Infinity, and you are listening to Inside Infinity, the first official Disney Infinity podcast on the net.
Inside Infinity is brought to you with support from Evilos Custom. Evilos.com is your number one place for custom Disney Infinity figures. His latest edition includes an awesome custom Red Hulk figure. You can see it right there in the picture. More details incoming. Head over to Evilos.com to find out more. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number 66 of the Inside Infinity podcast. I am one of your three hosts on tonight's show, Will Kelly, and joining me tonight, I see Sarah and Steve. Sorry, I was a little bit discombobulated because as the show intro was running, I saw Steve was doing some redecorating over there, and I'm trying not to get distracted. So how are you guys doing tonight?
Good.
How's it going, man? It's been a long time since I've been on and been able to chat with you. How's it going, buddy?
It's going well. I missed you guys. It's been since what? The Extra Life Marathon since we've last pretty much spoken, or at least in quote-unquote person.
Yeah, and then the last time that we actually did a show with you was the week of launch, and we didn't get our game for 3 weeks, so I had nothing really to add besides the fact that I was jealous.
That's true.
So
And how frustrated we were.
yeah, so what's it called? It was a good time. So,
well, I do know as a fact that both of you have many of opinions on Disney Infinity now. Not only with playing with you guys with Extra Life, but just the simple fact you've been playing the game lots and lots.
yeah, a lot. We've been pretty much got everything done. What's it called? We've done each playset at least twice. Gone back to catch all the bubbles and go through and do the challenges.
Get the little boxes.
Yeah, which
Takes forever.
ridiculous. And then
It's so not worth it too at the end.
it really isn't.
It's so not, because you spent like a really long time getting the boxes, and then it's like you just get one piece of concept art, and we're like, come on, man.
Is that what I haven't even collected all of one thing yet? Is it like a particular type of concept art, or it's just?
I totally just spoiled it for you.
Oh no, I'm not gonna do it. Steve knows me. This is why it takes him forever and it takes me no time, because you guys actually complete the thing, and I'm just like, yeah, beat the story. I'm good.
Yeah, we do the story first, and then while we're doing it, if we see one, we'll stop and make sure we get it. But we finish the whole storyline first, and then we go through and beat any other sort of remaining challenges that they're left over, and then we do the races and stuff that pop up, and we go try to find all the boxes. And you guys always give a hard time because it takes us forever, but that's because we don't consider it done until every box and every challenge has been completed on hard. Well, now it's gold, silver, and bronze, so we don't finish, and we're not considered done until it's all done. So
Okay.
we've done that on modified with the games here, and I have some opinions on that.
All right. Well, hold on to those thoughts for just a few minutes. I can't wait to hear them. I do have to comment, though. As always, Steve, you're looking snazzy in a sport coat. You even have some fan love there. I don't know. It's like you're peacocking over there, and
I wear this around all the time. All of it, the paraphernalia, the fan love. No, I do wear this outfit all the time, but
He has the Team Conrad shirt underneath every piece of clothes.
I do have the Team
It's
Conrad
like
shirt.
Superman. Pull
Yep.
it open, it says Team Conrad.
What? Team Conrad? So, no, but he's turned out to be one of my favorite people, as you know, because you got mad at me at the end of the day when I told you. So.
He's really funny, though. I've seen the stuff that he says.
Yeah,
He's really funny. So
And he likes the show, too, which is a positive thing. I feel like we're losing more listeners and viewers with every show that we're not on it. So
that's true.
How much can you get of Lloyd on the show? So,
oh, wait.
You know,
Lloyd, if you're listening, that's 4 minutes and 35 seconds.
and I was upset after the last show that I didn't get a shout out by him. I listened to the whole thing, and honestly, I didn't really care what you were saying. I just listened for my name, and no one said anything. So
that's too funny.
I thought I'd bring it back.
So now I guess every time you ask me who was on last night's show, I'm just gonna make sure to always tell you Lloyd, so then you'll listen to it and be like,
Listen to it. Yep.
It's like Jason the whole episode, and you're like, I know Lloyd's gonna jump in there just to make fun of me.
Yep, it's gonna be like staying at the end of a movie to see if there's anything after the credits, and I'll wait for the whole thing, and then when I'm done, I'll be Will got me again.
That's amazing. Well, I must comment though, I love Sarah's outfit a little bit more than yours. So even though you're sporting, I love your holiday Mickey outfit. That's
I actually just got to say this is a child's large, like the little girls section at Target. Steve said I was too fat to fit in it, but I proved him wrong. It fits.
Steve,
yeah,
how
those are the exact words that I said. So
what a jerk.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I am. I said those words. That means I'm a jerk.
I'm sure you did. Well, that's awesome.
So
Excited to have you guys back on the show. This is going to be a fun one. I'd like to say hello to everyone who's in the chat room. We have a ton of people in there. Not going to say everyone's name, but don't feel bad if I don't say your name. Kingdom Keeper Parker, how's it going? Full of Gonk, Romulus, Omi, Zelda Forever, Latin Solar, Good Fin Latin, German Bold Italic. It's one of my favorite names ever. Protheon, and I can't see the last name. So I'd like to welcome everyone to the show who's watching live. You can join us each and every Monday evening, 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Just head over to DisneyInfinity.tv/live, or if you want a little shorter, ditv.co/live. You can talk to us. You can make fun of Steve's sport coats. You can make fun of me making fun of Steve's sport coats. We can make fun of how nice Canadians are and Lloyd, since he's not here. So we'd love to see you part of the show. As always, Inside Infinity is brought to you in partnership with the Inside Infinity Fans Forum. Inside DisneyInfinityFans.com. They are the #1 Disney Infinity related forum. Right now, they're having an awesome giveaway for before the end of the year. If you head over there, they have details on their own toy box competition, and they are giving away a Vita TV, so that's pretty cool. So again, head over to our friends DisneyInfinityFans.com to find out more about that. Cool. Well, with that, let's hear it. So you guys have been playing Disney Infinity 2 finally. So actually tell us, for those that remember that episode, how did you end up with a collector's edition? Because that was the whole deal, is you were waiting for your collector's edition that you actually pre-ordered at the Disney Infinity event at Comic-Con.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not trying to make you feel guilty. This really just put it in place how long it's been since we've actually been on here, because we haven't even talked about that. Yeah, we pre-ordered it through Best Buy at the event. Best Buy then shipped it. We asked for it to be shipped to store so I could go pick it up. They shipped it to a store in California. Cerritos, California. And because it was a limited edition, they didn't have any more available online. So they could not do a reorder. So what they had to do was have a guy sign for it at Best Buy at Cerritos, California, then overnight it on his own to me. Well, what happened is they used UPS. UPS literally lost the package. It's still to this day, you can track it, and it says unable. We're still trying to find it. So what we did was Sarah found it on Target.com. It's the limited edition pack. Ordered it at Target.com. It was here 48 hours afterwards with free shipping.
Wow.
And
such a waste of time. We could have just got it.
We could have had it through that, and then Best Buy 3 weeks after that finally refunded me the money for the other one. I heard so many people tell me I should have just challenged the credit card charge and all this other stuff. And honestly, I probably should have, because I paid for it in, what was it, July?
Yeah.
When it's on June. And here it was October. We didn't have anything like that. It's insane. So, but we did end up getting it. And I'll be completely honest. I like having the unit, the big base, but I kind of wish that we didn't, because while the base is cool looking, I think there's a big flaw is it's battery powered. It's not plug into the wall. So you can't have it set to a switch. You can't turn it on and have it glowing the whole time you're playing there. It's set and it turns on for about 5 minutes and then it shuts off. So it's kind of cool, but if you want to actually make it look cool, like a cool centerpiece for your thing, you have to get up and tap that button twice every 5 minutes to do it. And honestly, we've done it once and then that's it. It would be so much cooler if it had an AC cable.
Yeah.
And you could plug it in and then it just ran off of the wire. You could have it set to a switch, like a lot of the stuff in my room, and you could turn it on, it would glow and it would look cool. But I'm
that's what I thought it was going to be. And I was really looking forward to it kind of like shining in the corner, but now on the lights for a couple minutes and then it goes off.
Yeah,
it's so anticlimactic. It's sad.
You know, I had it pictured. You know how you have that cool stand in your office with the tower, the glass thing, fitting it in there, plugging it, and then always just having it sort of on,
right?
Because it was really pretty, which is one of the main things I wanted about it. But since it's battery power, I think it's kind of a bust. And now I really wish that we didn't get it. It's not to me worth that $40 or whatever it was. So it is pretty. I just wish it was more always on.
Well, that is a bummer. I mean, I guess I can understand the 5-minute limit because that way you don't just burn through your batteries if you forget it's on. But at the same time, it kind of sucks that you can't do exactly what, because that was why I wanted it to go with my big stand, because I'm like, oh, it'd be sweet with the lights. But if it's only on for a few minutes at a time, you're like, well, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, it would run. It's a good thing that they do it with the battery because it would kill it. But that's my whole point is I don't think it should be battery operated. I think it should have a cable in the back.
Yeah.
And that's it. I mean, I have so many little tiny gadgets that run off of little tiny LED bulbs that have a plug for the wall. Why this thing doesn't? I think that's sort of an oversight. I don't like that. But other than that, we like the game a lot, and we've been playing it constantly. And the other day, she put on Disney Infinity 1 because she wanted to play cars and do some racing.
That's awesome.
You're like, cars.
Whoa, it's been a while since I've done that. First of all, holding a PS3 remote again was bizarre. Yeah, it's so much weird, but the graphics aren't as good, and I kind of missed it. I was like, all right, let's turn this off and go back to the other one. So I
missed the 1.0 because we had all our toy box and we had our racetracks all set up and we were racing, and it got competitive again. But I like cars so much, so that was fun to go back to.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I still miss some of those old play sets. Cars was one that I really enjoyed, even though the gameplay wasn't as varied as some of the others. That's just by design because they're a bunch of cars. But I felt it did a really good job of like telling a story in the Cars universe best it could. And
yeah, you don't hear people complaining that Gran Turismo is one-dimensional. It's a racing game. So Cars is a racing game, and I understood that. I never complained about it like that. But I will be serious. I think that you know how we do our show, or we did before you stopped airing it, the playset potential. After going and playing this for so long and then going back and playing Cars, I really think that they missed a shot, and maybe they'll do it eventually. I really think a Planes Fire and Rescue playset would be sweet because the mechanic would be similar. And I really think that the flying mechanism would be great. Playing with the characters flying around is spectacular, but I really miss the one-dimensional part of the game, the driving around or the racing fact. And I think that doing that would have been really great. Not to mention the background that you can use on the playset, thing is beautiful. It's exactly what we called before it was out on the spoiler cast. It's exactly like how we wanted it. I just wish we could actually have some of the players to play.
I could not agree more. I mean, I love the Plane series, and I do think that when you're kind of constrained gameplay wise with what you can do for the mechanics of the characters you're playing with, it kind of creates some really interesting varied gameplay. I mean, how many different things could you do in the Cars playset? And it was basically a racing playset, but you had a stunt park, you had these like towing mechanic, you had all the farming type stuff. I like you guys, I do hope at some point they bring those back over just so we can replay them again, because Cars I still think is one of the best as far as giving you that feeling of the environment, like you're saying with the Planes one.
Yeah, and there are 50 million other really great playset ideas. I mean, obviously there's a show about it and everyone's got an opinion, but I like how that added a different aspect to DI1. And I really miss it. Obviously, you miss everything in this one because you're only getting Marvel stuff. And I will say, I think that the similarities between Avengers and Spider-Man are very similar, mostly because it's still fighting with villains in New York. It looks the exact same, which is sort of an issue, just how it's built in. But I think that the plane set would be great because it adds that other dimension without it just being cars again. And I'll tell you what really made me think about it is in Avengers and all of them, when you choose your cars, the little like the bikes, you can do driving and flying. And there's so many things that are meant for flying in this game that to me it just seems perfect. You could do little fixing things and little grabs. You could do a stunt track in the air. You could do straight up racing and have a barrel roll competition. I think that it would look really beautiful. And I really just miss the dynamic of a one-dimensional sort of car/plane character. I think that's really great.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was at the summit, a lot of the conversation was when people would get their hands on the controllers for the first time, especially with Iron Man, because he was a popular character and he's a flying character. The thing I kept overhearing is like, oh, what do they think of the flying? What do they think of the flying? And so flying, it's obviously much improved over the first one. It's a lot easier, and it's more. It just makes more sense, and it's more intuitive now. And so, since that flying mechanic has been kind of revamped, it's time for a planes playset.
Absolutely.
Or it would be a great mechanic for like a aerial or Finding Nemo type playset, right?
Absolutely. Anything where it's not grounded to ground level, going up and down through water or anything, that would be perfect. And seriously, the thing that we've noticed the most, and so far we have every character you can get, of course, and we'll be playing the game. If you're in a toy box, or if you're going back into a game to go back in a play set and find the boxes and do the other challenges, it is literally impossible for us to do it without a character that flies. It is too time-consuming. It's boring. Finding a car is a pain sometimes. Getting around, fun to fight with. She loves fighting with Gamora and Black Widow, but when it is about getting somewhere, oh no, it's put on Iron Man or Nova, or you can't do it. It is so dull. So I think the flying is so perfect now that it has actually kind of ruined it for the ground game.
They completely made this game around the flying thing. They were making such a big deal that every character, or most characters, can fly, that they made everything up high. So I mean, you have like the sky cycle and all that, but that goes like 1 mile per hour. You have to slowly raise it up, and it's not as like fun.
Oh yeah, and it changed the whole Guardians playset for us.
Oh yeah. We couldn't use any of the Guardians characters. We had to use Nova and Iron Man the entire time as soon as we got them.
It took forever to find the right little elevator thing up, and then it's like finally, it's like, forget it. You're Nova, I'm Iron Man. Let's get this thing done. So that's how we had to do it.
We had to do all the challenges with them too. Remember, we did one challenge like 4 times, and they're like, "Wait, what are we doing wrong? Oh, we're not using flying characters." And we switched. We did it in like a second.
Seriously,
and we're like,
we had 24
okay,
seconds left on gold. So.
Were you like using one of the flying cars, and then you put on Iron Man and with a boost?
We had to go around and like hit the bubbles, but they're all either up high or scattered. So we were using Gamora and like
Rocket
the whole time, and we did it like 5 times. And they're like, "Wait, we could just fly." So we did. We had like 30 seconds left on the clock.
That's hilarious.
Dumb.
Yeah, I love playing as Rocket and Groot because it's so cool and all that stuff. But I'm telling you, when you actually have a directive. We cannot do it without one. Just you don't have since you've been using it for so long, it's so much more time consuming and less entertaining to fly. So it's kind of sucks to be grounded.
Yeah, Full of Gunk in the chat room is agreeing 110%. Flying characters, Iron Man's the go-to character in the box. It's funny because with one, for me, it was always like, I'm like, oh, there's something way over there I need to get too fast. I would always put on Buzz's jetpack and just like book it there. But now it's like,
high. If there was something high up, you put on his other jetpack, shoots you up.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
Now it's like it's even quicker than sifting through your inventory too. You just like, nope, I'll just pick up Iron Man, set him down. Yep. And so what you got me thinking. I look over here. I see all the characters I have next to my base. I have all Disney original characters and then Iron Man, and that's because I use Iron Man to go everywhere.
Yep.
Oh, too funny. Cool, but yeah, you're enjoying it overall. During the Extra Life, you guys played a lot in the toy box. I even got to play one of your Nightmare toy boxes. What do you guys think of 2.0's toy box?
Here's something that I didn't know, and this could be just me not paying attention. I'm sure that you guys will all agree that because that's what happens. I assume that the toy box discs, you'd be able to play as any character that you wanted. You could play Escape from the Kiln with Donald Duck. And so we played it that one time in the marathon, and I didn't think about putting a different character on because I was having so much fun with Rocket. And then when we were doing the other one, we tried doing it with the other characters, and it doesn't work. So what's it called? I think that's a huge downer, being that it's a toy box disc or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So my question is
the whole web. What do you call it? The skill tree. Oh my gosh, I cannot think of what it's called. The web. The skill tree. There's no purpose at all for having health or helping hand for like 1.0 characters because you don't need it. If you die in the toy box,
you die in the toy box, you come right back. Oh, and all of that. So we
That's a good point.
when you're buying them,
There's
it's like
actually no point.
you always have to buy one stupid health one or one regenerate a friend to get to the other good stuff. But after that, you're like, dude, the whole top part and the whole bottom part you can pretty much throw out, because in the toy box you don't need to regenerate a friend. Well, well, this is from our experience. I don't know if there's something we're missing, but that's a big, huge
I don't
issue.
understand why helping hand is an option. Like there's no way you could help a hand at all. I mean, health I could kind of see, like if you're battling enemies and you want to stay along for a while in a toy box, that kind of makes sense. But the helping hand thing makes no sense because people just come back anyways, and you can't play with the discs, so it doesn't make sense. Are we missing something?
No, I just guessing. I could totally be wrong. I wonder if that mechanic would come into play with Merida's pyramid disc.
This is my question.
Yeah,
this is what I was wondering, because there's not a Merida set. There's not 5 guys to play in that. So I don't know how that works, and I haven't opened that up yet. And Stitch's one too. So, and I haven't gotten there yet. We have to wait till Christmas for that. So
yeah, but even then, you know, that's a lot of points that you might be able to use for something else, just for a very small functionality. Unlike the play sets, where there's multiple times when I went through every one of my characters in a play set. I'm like, no.
It's totally critical on the Avengers to have that feature, because there's so many different little boss areas and stuff like that you need to have. But when it comes to the originals ones and then the 1.0s, when you're doing the skill tree after you've got them leveled up, I can't see a point at all in doing health really, or helping hand stuff.
Yeah. So let me ask you about the original, since we're kind of on that. So you just said you're waiting on Stitch for Christmas. Is that okay? You can Can you tell me any that you have gotten?
Yeah, we've gotten all. Yeah, we've got Merida. Oh, well, hold on a second. Hero and what's his name? And Baymax we've had since the movie came out.
Okay.
Then we have Tink and Donald. And the other ones are in boxes, not open yet.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
But, we played with those a lot. And
do you like them?
I like Baymax because he flies and he's cool to get around, and I like his narration. It's so adorable, you know, always asking about health.
Hero has that really cool, you know, all of his cool tricks with the microbots.
Hero's microbot stuff.
If you hold it down, I don't remember what button it is. You hold it down and you like surf on them.
Yeah, you ride on that rolling microbot thing,
so
and it's
cool.
not as fast as a car or a plane, but definitely faster than running.
Yeah.
And it's if you run over bad guys, they get killed, and it's awesome. So Hero's power is great.
He does that with Groot thing with the microbots, where the fists are a high five
and then they shoot up all around. So that's a cool weapon. I really am a fan of that. But like I said before, and playing it again, Tink is the best. I love Tinkerbell.
So
she's awesome.
Yeah.
So I like how her walking motion.
Her little hop.
She skips around, and she's so adorable, and I like her cuteness, and I like how they made her look like the one from the Pixie Hollow series that we're watching on TV now. And I don't know if they got the same girl to do the voice, but it's all just great. I love it. The one thing though is, and she pointed it out, her weapon, her special, is very similar to Spider-Man's, and she doesn't like that because all it does is kind of stun them, and you have to do it a bunch to do it. I've noticed playing Lila last night, if you do it a bunch with Tink, it will kill you pretty quick.
Yeah,
so,
it harms them, but for the most part, it just stuns them. Like other ones, their powers can instantly kill people.
Oh yeah, like Iron Man's special is amazing.
A bunch of rockets.
You know, so in Rocket, I just realized if you press and hold triangle, he shoots out like a small array of missiles. That'll take down a frost giant into place pretty quick. It's pretty awesome. Yeah. Hers is fun. It's cool to play with, but if you've got a lot of bad guys to attack, she's not going to be my go-to. Yeah. That, on the other hand, Donald has a really great one where
he is my favorite so far. I am so obsessed with him. Well,
really?
I started playing with him, and the way he, you know how they do the dodge move? He does that, little tantrum run where he goes like this, and he has a little frustrated run, and then he throws a shoe and a vase of flowers at people, and it's just so awesome. And then I started to lose it when I saw his special with the hammer. Oh my gosh, that is the coolest thing.
And his flappy feet when he's running is pretty awesome
his
too.
His feet are so cute. I'm obsessed with Donald.
So,
well, you guys are in good company. Everyone in the chat is agreeing with you in some form. Christian's saying Hero is amazing to play. Joe Spludros is saying Tinkerbell is awesome in the toy box. Let's see here. Someone was also commenting on Tinkerbell's prancing animation. Actually, that's Jose. So yeah, everyone seems to agree. So basically, what I'm kind of hearing is all of the original figures they just kind of knocked them out of the park.
I would completely agree with that. I was wondering what they were going to do with Hero because, you know, if you watch the movie, sure, he can control him, but he doesn't have a huge ability. In the movie, it's mostly Baymax he's riding with stuff.
Yeah, and he doesn't really have the microbots for
No, and in the movie he really doesn't. So when I put him down, I was like, okay, what are we gonna do? And then it's like, oh my, he's like a Groot, which is my favorite attack in the whole game is the distant hand coming. He's got that except with the microbots, and then the fact that he can ride on them. I swear,
that was cool.
Lila puts it down, gets on him, and just rides around the whole toy box, mowing people over. So
yeah, she's the one that figured that out.
Yeah, she's the one.
Didn't realize you could surf on them. It's so cool.
Yeah, so I like them a lot, and they sound good. I like Baymax. He sounds just like the movie. It's probably the same guy that did it, but it sounds spectacular. Yep.
I think Hero is Lim's favorite, so yeah, I'm sure he's jumping up and down right now. He loves Hero. He thinks he's awesome.
I liked when we did that show with him. He was laughing because he had strong opinions on all of them, and I think he said was his favorite Wasabi.
I don't know if he said it was his favorite. I think so. His daughter was like, "That's you.
That's you. You Wasabi." It was so funny. It was hilarious.
That's funny.
I thought that it was a good movie, but don't listen to that show if you haven't seen the movie. But have you not seen it yet today?
No, I still haven't seen it. So I'm still.
Yeah, wait until it's on Blu-ray or HBO. It's a smart move.
I watched Interstellar instead. You can't blame me for that.
Oh, that's the point.
Yeah, remember it was dusty in that theater and you made fun of me?
Yeah, that's right. That is true. Hey, not really Infinity news. I heard humongous breaking news all over the place was that the Star Wars 88-second teaser trailer comes out Friday.
Yes.
And they're putting in front of tons. So you got to think, if you've got a chance to go see it, I would go see Big Hero 6 this weekend because they're saying that that's one of the ones that it's going to be in front of. So maybe you waited for a reason.
I did.
Maybe go see it Friday, but make sure you go to one of those theaters where you can see it because it's a big deal. They're AMC and Harkins and somebody else is claiming that it's the biggest trailer release they've had. So, but I think
that funny?
It'll definitely be in front of Big Hero 6. So
yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, because have they announced what movies it's going to be in front of you, or just that it's going to be happening in theaters this weekend?
It was supposed to be rolling out nationally in front of Hobbit, but then it got sneak 88-second things early. It said some exclusive theaters, and there's a list online. Are getting it Friday, and what's it called? So you can look up the list. I think it's the 4th top Google thing today, so you can find the list pretty quickly, and it'll show the theaters in your area. But it's not every theater, but the ones that are getting it are putting it in front of everything, and then the other ones are getting select ones. But anything involving Disney, I'm pretty sure that you'll get it in front of Big Hero 6. So
yeah, that would make sense. So if it makes you feel better, I'm getting a ton of crap in the chat room. Tesla saying, how have you not seen Big Hero 6 yet? And then Romulus is telling me to turn in my Disney card.
I agree.
I know, it's sad. I will admit that not all that is my fault, but I will not name any names like my wife or anything like that.
Please throw Lloyd under the bus. It's Lloyd's fault.
It's Lloyd's fault. Yeah. Lloyd's like, we're in Canada and it's too cold to go to movies, so can you just not go and see it? And I was like, you know what, Lloyd, I'll take one for the team for you. We can not see it together.
Our car was frozen in, so we took our moose. Sorry. We don't have park at our AMC. We couldn't go.
I love it. Awesome. What else? Anything else you want to say about Disney Infinity 2.0?
Yes, I do. I have one really strong opinion on this that I want to share. They made the challenges throughout all three platforms, all three play sets. You know how you have to get in gold, silver, and bronze? They made the difference between silver and gold in almost every one ridiculously different. Like, it's not even remotely similar. I remember in 1.0,
it's kind of funny.
Lila and I would go back and we had to do each one, and I noticed that the difference between, like, we would come really close to be 2 seconds off, and we started mastering it, and then it was like, oh, we're only 1 second away from gold. We would practice and practice and practice. I'm telling you, maybe 7 out of 10 of these ones that we did, I'm telling you, one of them was a motorcycle, and we wasted hours trying to get this one full because she wouldn't stop. And it was 33 seconds away, but we already had silver. I'm like, how is it that we have silver and we still have half a minute to get, we have to get that much faster to get gold?
And we feel like we did everything perfect, but you really have to cut corners like really tight. And you have to do everything like beyond perfect. It's insane.
That's funny.
They make it hard like that. It makes it fun. I get it. But the difference between silver and gold in this one is gigantic. And now I have that Christmas song stuck in my head. Silver and gold.
That could not have been any more perfect timing, because Daniel in the chat is saying it's not a stream until someone's thrown under the bus, and then right after that he says that and singing, and then you start singing. So that was perfect.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So that's what we do here. Just wait till you see Outside Infinity. It's going to start with put downs and singing, and then we go into actual show.
That's the lead in.
Yep. So other than that, I think it's spectacular. There's obviously things that you can pick or choose. Sarah got really into the interiors.
Yeah.
I got
zero interest
into interiors. I don't remember why. We were watching something about interiors. Oh no, you know what? We were unlocking stuff in the toy box.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh my god, look how cool this bed and this kitchen is, and this cool little like Spider-Man set. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna play in the toy box while he was working, or the interior. So I did, and I made a whole kitchen, and I made a bathroom, and a bedroom, and I made an arcade, and it's got Sugar Rush, Heroes Duty, Fix It Felix, and it's got this cool little snack room for like.
Her pride in this arcade room, this man cave, is through the roof.
I'm telling you, my arcade is awesome. It's got like Tron interior. You'll have to see it later because it's like my favorite thing. And the little chandelier is the alien from Toy Story, where it's like the claw.
Oh yeah.
So there's that, and then I found out about that princess ballroom.
Oh my god, just ask.
This is a really big deal.
Okay, dude, everyone in the chat room, you'll have to be a part of this unless you've done it. There is a room in the interiors that I'm telling you, she was. I can't even explain to you how funny it was watching. There's trees in this one room, and it's the princess room. And when you get the little townspeople of each one of the characters, they're supposed to like. So like there's a tree for Snow White, and Snow White, the little bouncy town person, will walk through, and she'll come over to the tree, and then the tree will grow. So it's like, okay, cool.
Change to her character. Well, the whole thing is I was trying to get the room, and you have to go through like every single little character's like mission, and they'll be like, hey, put down my ballroom. So I did Agent, what's his name, Carlson, his, and then I did Scrooge McDuck, and then I did the fairy godmother is driving me crazy. I did her challenge like 3 times and she won't accept it, so I'm completely moved on with her. And then I did Belle's, and then I did Cinderella's, and Cinderella's I did. So you get the ballroom, and I put it down, and then I'm trying to figure out which princess is supposed to belong in the room. So I blocked the door with
because the stupid princesses walk out.
They walk out. So I took a grid TV and I blocked the door, and I just spawned like 100 princesses in there of each type. And some of them like made their trees, because sometimes they'll walk up and then they'll walk away. And then I started, as soon as I had like 2 left, I got rid of every single princess. And I put down, like, I forget which ones it was.
Well, the point is, each little townsperson has to go to their tree, and they don't always do it. The AI isn't quite up to where it's automatic. Sometimes they'd be walking around.
Spot too.
So she ended up just putting, like, 15 Vanellope's, 15 of these ones, and then blocking the room. And it was funny to look at, because in the room, it was just knee-deep of princesses.
Yeah, there was 50 Vanellope's, and, like, I can't remember the last one. I think there was all, like, 50 Auroras or something like that.
She was so stressed. She was like, just open your trees! Just open your tree! She was so annoyed.
I put them in front of their tree, because you could see, like a lollipop, and that's supposed to be Vanellope's, and she'll make a tree, and I keep putting her in front of it, and she'll, like, look at it and then walk away, and I'm like, just go, plant it, and then she won't.
So has anyone in the chat, has anyone said, have they done it too?
Because this has been all over, like, Facebook and all that, so I've been trying to figure it out. I already got all of it.
It sounds like you did it right. Jose saying advice, put he said what, 100,000 of the princesses you want in the same room, one of them is bound to trigger it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did. I mean, they're still kind of stubborn. They kept going up the stairs to the wrong trees, but I still have to get Merida's and Jasmine's. That's the only one.
That's hilarious. That's cool. That's a cool little trick. I didn't know that. I've yet to see that room because I can't progress to that point yet, but it looks really cool, and that's a good little trick. I'm excited to try that out when I can.
They also have the what is it called? The money vault, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have an actual interior room for it, and then you can walk through it and kind of go through the coins, and it's really cool looking.
Yeah, when she got to the interior, I couldn't do it. I think it's extraordinarily boring. I don't see the appeal at all. I can't do it, dude.
Ooh,
There's no real like things. It's all just like, okay, now put pictures up on a wall. And I got so bored. I'm like, there's got to be something to do. That guy's fighting. I can't do it. I am so anti-interior. I don't like it at all.
You do have the commander's room.
Lila says from the other room that she doesn't like it either. So
well, I'm on Team Sarah with this. I love the interiors, even though there's not really much to it. But I don't know. I just think it's cool decorating your own thing, and kind of when you also combine it with toy boxes, that's kind of a cool thing. Have you not made Carl's house yet?
What? No.
From Up? I don't know. I'm sure you could kind of make it, and then you could walk into the.
So do you mean just on your own?
Yeah, just on your own.
Okay. I thought there was some kind of like.
Yeah, I thought that's what you're saying too. Is there a Up template we haven't done yet?
Sorry to disappoint, but to make up for that, Jose is saying another Easter egg with. I don't know if you guys knew this. I did not. The money bin, Scrooge's money bin. The height of the money is representative of how much money you have or how much sparks you have in the game.
Oh, well, that's why ours, when you walk right in, you're at the money.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Oh, that's kind of cool. It's probably more cool when you didn't cheat to get a whole bunch of money. I'm just saying.
I'm not going to, I can't confirm or deny that that's how it went down. But one thing, I wish that when you're buying the stuff for the toy box, the skill tree thing is fun. But if you have a ton of money or you want everything, I really wish there was an option that just said buy all.
I totally agree. It is maddening having to go through each one.
It is awful. So if there was an option that said buy all, are you sure you want to spend 64,000 coins on this or sparks? I'd be like, yeah, I know what I want to do. Just let me skip to the next one. I hated going through each one.
Yeah, totally agree. And at first, it's like when you don't have any money, you don't think about it. But then when you're like, okay, I want everything on this page, and I have more than enough money, and I have to click on each one of these. Oh, well. Oh, no, I lost your sound. Keep talking. Hold on. We can't hear you anymore, Steve.
Not. What did you do?
There we go. Now we got you.
Yeah, it's about time. You know, it's not a show unless there's 50 technical difficulties. That's one so far.
That's right. We're doing good.
Yeah, so see what happens when it stays national before you go into Canadian boundaries. You can cut the technical problems down to one. But no, I really wish you could just do buy all. Yeah. The option, and it could give you a warning. Are you sure you want to spend all of your things here? And they'd be like, yes, all done. Just bring it on. That would save some time.
Yes, it would. So. Cool. Yeah. What else?
Well, I was going to say, I have a thing. I don't know if anyone needs it, but can we talk real quick about what you and Lloyd were talking about last week with the credit card?
Yes, please. Please do. So for those, go ahead and refresh people that may have not listened to last week's.
Say what you guys said last week and share your opinions on it.
Oh, I did that last week. So if you want to listen to it, you can go back and listen to episode 66 of the Inside Infinity podcast. But basically, the conversation was about how if you were a Disney Visa card holder, you could you got a free digital Donald. And we were confused at who this offer was geared towards. Was it geared towards Infinity players or Visa holders? And yeah, so tell me your thoughts on this. You have one. Did that come on your statement?
Yeah, well, no. What happens is when you have a Disney Visa card, which I have for a really long time, what's it called? You get a bunch of different benefits. And then every year towards Christmas, you get a color. Like, I would say it's an 8-page, like, magazine. You know, you get them in the mail all the time, like the Toys R Us one will send you out one, a Kohl's one, whatever. Well, it's a Disney one talking about events going on in the park, different merchandise, movie stuff coming out, blah, blah, blah. On the last page, they always have coupons for stuff. Like, hey, stay at the Ulani, resort, and here's this for $50 in store, room credit or whatever. Well, it just so happens this year there's 3. This is one of them, and it's the free digital Donald. code so you could do the redemption. You don't have to ask for it. It just comes in the color flyer that most people, I'm sure, skim through and then throw away. So it's built on the back, and it's just there for anybody that's got the card. So if you have the card, you get this color flyer thing that comes every Christmas, and it's just built into the back.
Okay.
It's just a page of the back that you cut out. So yeah, you guys were talking about it last week, and I think you guys saw it in kind of a different way. I don't think that this is geared to getting people to get the card. I think it's the exact opposite way. I think it's meant for people that have the card to get into Infinity, because if there are 50,000 people that have the Disney Visa card, which I'm sure that there are, because if you ever go to the parks, they have stands up all over the place saying get the card and you get $50. Mm-hmm. At the store, the Disney stores, they say get a card now and you get 20% off your purchase. They're all over the place. Everybody gets one of these, and I'm telling you, if people are looking through this every year, it costs them nothing to print this and put this on the back. Yeah. It's just part of the thing that they send you out. You don't have to ask for it. It's just there. So, you know, when people see the cool little digital Donald and you see the Infinity logo and it says free digital gift, I guarantee you that this is going to get someone, and like you guys said, to download the free version of Infinity. And, you know, when it's the iOS that comes out or whatever, or the one that you're going to talk about in a minute, the computer one.
That one's not free though.
No, it's not. But I'm just saying, if you've got this one, this will get them to get into it mm-hmm. more. And when they see how cool Donald is to play, I guarantee you that some of these people will download the game and then maybe even download extra characters based on how cool it is to swap them out and stuff like that. So I think it's building brand recognition of Infinity by sticking the logo right on the back. But also, I don't think it costs them anything to do it. It's just giving somebody something to do. There's one problem, though. This came out a month ago. The iOS version is still yet to be released. I guarantee you, if there are people, like I'm saying, that aren't really into it yet or thinking, oh, maybe, you know, I'll try it. Okay, cool. I've heard about this Infinity. Oh, it's a free iOS app. That's cool. Maybe I'll try it. They're throwing this away by now. This thing should have come out when the iOS game was already out. I can't tell you, the only reason I've been saving this is to give it away to someone on your show that might want it. Because anybody else, if you got it, so say it was my mom, for example, or my brother, and he got it, he would probably look to see to download it. Sure, I'll try a free app that's got a Donald character that I can play, and I'll give it a shot. If it's not there, they're throwing this in the trash, and they're never going to really think about Infinity again. I think it was a big mistake for them to do something cool like this, and really, I think it is kind of cool, you know, to do it. But if you're going to do it, you better have the app to support it right away. I can't imagine one person that's not involved with Infinity hanging on to this thing for, you know, almost 2 months to use it. I just can't. It's horrible timing.
Yeah, it says beginning of November, and then this expires at the end of December.
It gives you December 1 month, 31st. Depending on if it actually comes out the end of November. It expires at the end of December. So really, they're also only giving you a small window to use the code, which isn't that big of a deal. But I mean, if you're going to do something like this, I think it's a cool marketing idea for Infinity, not for the card, for Infinity. I like the idea, but if you're going to do it, dude, you've got to have a game so that people that are learning what it is or, oh, cool, we'll give it a shot, can actually do it.
So on the card itself, and you might forgive me if you've already mentioned this, does it say iOS app on there as well as like PC?
Yeah, it says PC, iOS. I was reading it.
It says right here, before with your Disney Infinity 2.0 edition, and it is download the game, Disney Infinity/PC on your iOS device from the App Store.
Okay.
Launch the game, log into your Disney account, and then it gives you step-by-step instructions.
Interesting.
I mean, it tells you exactly what to do, but you can't really do it. I mean, all of those little Mickey heads are exact examples of how to run it from your iPad, but it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So it's like they give you these instructions, but you can't do it. I think that it's sort of a waste. So.
Well, that sucks. Yeah, I mean, I think iOS is probably especially with the next one being iPhone and iPad, actually, they said in that slide last week that we brought up that the iOS version was the most popular version, more so than all the other versions combined, which is just kind of mind-boggling to think about. And so that's where this bread and butter would be. And if people forget about it by the end of December, I assume it's going to be out before Christmas because they did say holidays. But still, you've had it for a month already, and you know the game. But the only reason you've been holding on to it is to give it away. And a lot of people that don't know what it is already, they may have waited and then like, it's not out yet, so they just throw it away, never coming out. But yeah.
So I'll just ask, does anyone in the chat room, do they want a code? First one to say it, will you tell me whoever's got it? If you want the Donald code for your iOS, eventually when it comes out, tell Will, and then I'll send you a screenshot or I'll text you the code and stuff, and then you can use it. So, Will, you look at the chat, and whoever the first one is, unless it's someone that's been making fun of me and I can't tell who it is, and then just skip them.
Yeah, so we're all honest here, and
so talking.
No. So it looks like it. Okay, I don't know who it is. Everyone wants it.
Okay, see?
Yeah, so, well, technically, Christian is the first, Infinite News, so we will get the code to you, and I'll have Steve do that immediately because we were showing the code on screen, and we don't want anyone to pause it, and...
Thank you. I was thinking that too.
But that's okay. That's what I'm saying, we're all honest here.
I was purposely on it, shaking your head. You didn't look, and I was holding it like this so you could see the Mickey heads. You know what? If anybody else actually did decipher what I was hiding, go for it. Beat him to it.
More power to him. So we'll
someone on the show got it. Then I don't care. Still, someone got it.
That's true. That's absolutely right. So Christian, we'll get to you. We'll get that to you right after the episode.
Yeah, someone message me and I'll send it to you right now. Go, hurry! It's a race.
At Twitter, at Steven and Sarah.
At Steven and
Sarah. Cool. Okay. Let's move on.
Oh, I just blew up. Oh.
You asked for it. You're looking for Infinite News. That's who you're looking for. Okay.
Right, well, what's that again? Hey, the other thing is we went and picked up our book today at Target.
Okay, let's hear it because I haven't gotten it yet. Look at that. That's sweet.
Jurassic theme song.
More singing.
It's huge. It's a lot bigger than the other one, and I like it.
So it looks a lot larger than the other one, and it is, right?
Yeah. Lila, can you bring in one of the old ones?
That is insane.
Yeah, it is It's much bigger. On one of the old binder, the books, the disc things. It's definitely bigger. Yes. And what's it called? The pictures are really bright, though. It's really nice. And you can tell it's going to be easier to get them in and out. It's a little bit deeper and a little squishier. So here you go. You ready for this? Thank you, Lila.
Oh, my gosh.
Old. Let's see. Where are you, camera? There you are. You see that?
That's awesome. That's huge.
So there is a big difference in the sizes.
Hi, Lila. That's insane. I gotta ask you this though: does it still take like Herculean hands to pry the power disc out? Have you tested them?
That's what I was saying is, yes, it does. It's deeper. The holes are deeper, and I thought at first, I'm like, okay, cool. That means that they won't go all the way bottom. No, you definitely still need a vice grips and a torch to get out the hexagonal ones. But it looks good.
Yeah, it looks really
I
cool.
like it, and it is huge, though, dude. I mean, it is really big compared to the other one.
I love it. Moldy Tangerine is asking, how many discs did it come with?
It came with 5. Right, Sarah? Did it come with 5?
I think so.
I think it came with 5, too, yeah.
Yep, it came with the 2... what do you call those ones again?
Lion King.
The Lion King 2. Then it came with Aladdin.
King Louis.
Whatever that one is, the hat. I don't know the name.
Costume change.
Costume change, thank you.
I can't think of that.
King Louis, whatever.
Awesome.
Someone correct me on all these. And then
Hero's Duty gun.
the gun from that what's her name uses in Hero's Duty.
Nice. Calhoun.
So yeah, it comes with these 5, and just now Sarah was trying to pull them out and she couldn't do it. So yes, it is still
I almost
ridiculously
ripped my nail
difficult.
off one time. So after that, I just don't try anymore.
I totally believe it. And the funny part is it does not get any easier. It's not like it softens up the more you pry them out. It's like, no.
I'll be honest, the ones from 1.0, I think they get harder because the edges get more like bent
Yeah.
in, and it's hard to get your thumb into the side. So it's like I don't know. You guys have been wanting the binder, and I'm like, man, now I'm really thinking a binder would be the way to go with sleeves that you just put like baseball cards. I think that's a way to do it, but it's a little hard for us to switch because we have 6 of these things now floating around.
Well, and Lloyd was telling me he's not actually a fan of it because they're too loose in there, and he doesn't like. I've yet to see it. I was looking for that one too. I'm gonna go with this one now, though.
Loose in the binder?
Yeah. Like the sleeves themselves.
I could absolutely see that. The only way that a binder would be good is if it had like a Ziploc top. Like if there was a little, like either a button to keep them in or like a little vinyl Ziploc thing. That would be completely right because you move those things around. And like I remember baseball cards, time to time, if you had one of the odd shaped ones, they would slide out. And these are hard discs that aren't going to be firm in there. They're going to be sliding around too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, totally. I like it, and I like that it's all one too. It's instead of having to juggle 3 different albums like I have to now with the 1.0 disc. It's nice that they're all on one huge, ginormous binder.
Yeah.
Can you verify, is the Infinite 2.0 the Infinite New? Is that our boy that won it?
I think so. Christian, go ahead and let us know. I think that's your.
Is that him?
I think so. We'll wait for him to verify in the chat.
All right. And I will go over to him right now.
Have you guys found that? Well, you have all the Marvel discs, so you don't need that album, do you? Or do you still plan to get the album?
No, we're done with the albums. I can't imagine. We bought a couple to fill it all up before, and then we had some loose ones from 1.0, so we bought an extra one from Toys R Us to fill that up. But I think we're pretty much covered with it all. And as a matter of fact, don't I still owe you 4 discs? I promised I'd mail you. From the, do you still need them or no?
I do, but you know, like our friendship, I thought that was also a lie, so I just did.
Yeah, you proved it. The first time I've been on since 2008, and you saw what my when our next one is going to be on, right?
2025.
2025, January 6th. Book it, people.
I love that Sarah was out of the conversation for a little bit, and then she's like, "Oh my gosh," she's like 2025, and the ironic part is you actually had appointments outside of the show.
I said that was so funny. Those are recurring things, like every other Friday is payday.
Yeah, I realized that later.
It was so funny that she said that. I know no one in the chat rooms get this joke, but that was funny that she said that. I cracked up. So
yeah.
I never 2025 until I looked at it for like a 7th time. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
too funny.
Not now.
So
cool.
Yeah. Do you have like mail and stuff?
No mail this week. No one loves us enough to write in. I know. I can't believe it. I think it's because I didn't spread the word soon enough that you two were going to be on the show.
No, that's not it. That's not what it is. And I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell you what it is. It's the fact that you bragged about how great it was to have just a quiet you and Lloyd show. And when you guys are so intimate, no one wants to say anything because, you know, it's a very weird vibe. This show was meant for loud, obnoxious co-hosts like Sarah. And if you don't have them in there, then you're losing fan interaction. Nobody cares. You guys, it was so professional and, you know, whatever. And then at the end, you both were like twisting your mustaches like, yes, this was a very nice show. I really liked how it's one-on-one. And then Lloyd's like sipping his Canadian tea and he's like, yes, this is much better when it's just 2 people. I don't have to talk over you. And if I do, I don't feel so bad because I'm Canadian and I have...
Sounds like a really evil, classy
show. It is. It's a very classy, evil show.
I love that. Hey, it wasn't my fault. That was the feedback I got from the chat room. It's not always going to be 2 up, which even technically this is, but I don't know. We're just...
Yeah, but you said at the end of the show how much you liked that fact. And I'm going to be serious. It hurt a little bit. You were like, you're right, Lloyd. This is much better 1-on-1. This is much better. This is how it should be.
Well, I'm glad you read between the lines and realized that I was referring to you specifically.
There was none of it.
So
Lloyd now is his banner on Twitter. That's what it says.
Oh, my gosh. Well, Tesla Blitz in the chat room, Steve, is asking what the email is for questions. That email address is info@disneyinfinity.tv, and you can write in. You can ask us questions. You can give us feedback, and it can be anyone on the show. It could be Steve and Sarah. They're on this week, and we'll make sure that they get the mail. And you know what? In fact, if it's specific to one person, like Steve and Sarah, then it might even get them on the show quicker. So we can even open this up to voting. You can just send in your feedback. It can be like Pirate Steven's Toy Box Summit trying to win.
Oh yeah,
So
I like that.
you can
Well,
vote, and then we can vote others off the island if they don't
all
make
right.
the cut.
The tribe has spoken.
I feel confident about this because Team Conrad is here, and I know that Conrad will back me up. He'll make fake accounts, fake email addresses. He'll have his friends and coworkers send it in.
Conrad on.
Conrad doesn't
Yep.
count because he's not even here supporting you live right now.
He can never do it. He always
know.
listens
I
the
know,
day
I'm
after,
kidding.
as he always says, and he's always emailed the show. Don't try to talk down about Conrad because he's not here to defend himself. Just because he likes me, Will. Stop it.
I love Conrad. I'm just
Conrad
joking.
So, yeah.
You know what? I don't even know. We might be done. Here, I'm just gonna bring this up really quick. No. I don't mean that because we have 5 minutes left of the show, and we don't really have anything to talk about this week. And that's the one thing I kind of meant to mention at the top of the show. I think we're kind of winding down to the holidays, and pretty much the only news right now is Black Friday. We're not really talking Black Friday. If you want to find out literally all the Black Friday deals, you can go check out Infinity Inquirer, our friends over there. It's just infinityinquirer.com. Literally almost daily I see a new post about Black Friday. I think today he wrote wrote a roundup of Black Friday ads. So if you're still on the lookout for Disney Infinity anything, make sure you check out those ads. I think right now Amazon, I know, and Target, I think, maybe Best Buy, are selling starter packs for $40. I think one is even $37, which is just insane.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's the one I saw today.
Yeah. So if you're still looking at, I'm still waiting for an awesome Power Disc deal. I haven't found any extremely good ones, but I still need a lot of the 2.0 Power Disc. So yeah, go check that out. The only other thing I really wanted to mention, you know what? We're not even going to mention it. And I'll tell you why. Because Jason had lots of comments on this and he wasn't on the show. And I was like, that is a good idea. We're not going to talk about that because he wants to talk about it. He's not here. But we'll save that for a future show. It's nothing big. Disney Infinity is on Steam now. So you can purchase the PC version on Steam. And so we're just going to leave it at that. I'm not even going to bring it up on screen because we'll wait for Jason to give his feedback.
On the Steam app, I looked up Disney Infinity 2.0. It had Marvel. And it says $50 and all that, and it says what it comes with and what it's about, and I have it up right now. Hold on.
Here, I can bring it up on screen.
Oh, well, I just held it up anyways.
Yep.
Which I think is pretty cool. How does the what do you call it? The power discs work on here? Like, do you have to buy them separately through digitally or what?
Yeah, digital. I think there's.
Sorry, I know you said you were not going to get into this, and I just asked a question.
Oh, no worries. No worries. You know what? I don't have a PC, so I haven't been able to try out the PC version. I think this is simply the PC version being sold through Steam with content included outside of just the toy box. So yeah, I know you can purchase the figures and discs separately. Someone was telling me that there's a crossover thing you can do with the Power Disc. Chat room, help us out if you know what that is. Oops, you probably don't want to see. That's like some Inception action there. That was the chat room.
It says it comes with Escape from the Kiln and Assault on Asgard.
Uh-huh.
You don't actually have to buy those, but I was just curious about, how do Power Discs actually work?
Well, it probably, so on the iPad version, it was just kind of like a virtual base, and you would pick your Power Disc and put it down there, and I think it's probably the same. So, but Jason has his whole diatribe. He wants to talk about the many different SKUs of the game, and so we'll allow him to do that.
Yeah, and then Jason can later say, I said that.
Yeah.
That was mine. I've been told that forever. This is my plan.
So
I invented Steam. Did you know that? It was my idea to come up with the internet.
The internet, that's amazing. We have this internal chat that we just kind of screw around with every day, and we're just on there chatting away. And literally, whenever someone says something, we're always like, "Yeah, but don't tell Jason because it will automatically be his idea." And so it's a running joke. I love that everyone knows that.
Can I ask an honest question?
If it's about why you're not in that chat, then no.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Actually, it really isn't. In this private chat,
Does
Jason ever bring me up by name?
No.
Please? No?
I mean, I don't. It's not
I don't care anymore then. The answer is no. Let's just go to the end of the show.
Well, he does when, like tonight, he was asking me who's on the show, and I'm like, Steve and Sarah. And he's like, oh, Steve and Sarah? So he brought you up by name. But it's not really like that type of chat.
Yeah,
it's
thanks,
not productive. What were you going to say?
Nothing. Okay. Who cares? I'm done now.
Sadness. Hey, did you guys check out Tales from the Toy Box, episode 1 of our new Infinitoon series?
We did, and did I recognize, was Iron Man a very familiar voice?
No.
No?
No. He's I can tell you what though, he was a pretty crappy voice actor. That Iron Man, even with modulation turned on and everything.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he might have been familiar. So if you haven't checked it out now, we have a new kind of cartoon series. This is episode 1, and it's called Tales from the Toy Box, and it stars Hulk and Iron Man and Spider-Man. So if you haven't seen it yet, please go check it out on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Disney Infinity TV. And this is going to be a series that we're gonna run a few episodes, or a new episode every couple weeks. And it's a serialized thing, and we have, I think, 12 episodes written for season 1. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. What do you guys think? Did you like?
It was interesting.
Yeah.
It was interesting. It makes me really want to know where it's going from here. You just said season 1. I'm already imagining what the DVD box art is going to look like for this thing. So.
No, what you really want to stay tuned for is the director's commentary.
Being that the whole thing is commentary, I want commentary on top of the commentary. Great. I wanted to see your deep emotions. Like when we shot this scene, I was on the couch and I was thinking, I need to kill these robots and these frost giants. And it's hard to get into character, like, right? I mean...
Yeah, I want to behind the scenes what you thought when you first read the script. Some trivia about the other actors and funny things that we wouldn't have known. I want it all.
It'll start, it came to me in a dream. I'm just kidding, I didn't write it, but yeah. No.
I want to hear like insults, like Spider-Man was a real pain to work with. I couldn't take him. He's such a diva.
His agent, his mom was always on set. He had to have a sliced tuna sandwich every day.
Such a diva.
Too funny. Well, so that's just round 1. So the director commentary is part of it, but then we're gonna have the two of you on, and it's just going to be a riff tracks where you're gonna have to watch the entire season from start to finish and do riff tracks on it.
Oh my god. Well, being that that's what we did for the 4 minutes of this one today, I think that we'd have some easy work cut out for us.
Oh my goodness. You know what, guys? I think that's gonna wrap it up. It always makes me sad. It pains me when we have to end the show because these are just too much fun. I'm just having a blast hanging out with you guys.
Well, yeah, it was good. I'm glad that we could finally come back. I look forward to being on here again when I'm retired. And Disney Infinity is no longer a game that you get. It's beamed into your head, via RF chip that all of our grandchildren will have installed. So by the time that I'm on that next show, it'll be cool. But thank you very much for letting us on again. I love being on here and harassing you.
Oh, good.
And it's a lot better to be on here. I feel much better being on when it's one-on-one.
Oh, were you just criticizing that?
No, I like it because I don't have to talk over, Canadians or Australians or pirates that are constantly on vacation. It's much better.
Diverse group, a Canadian, an Australian, and a pirate.
Yeah, exactly. There's a couple of Australians on there now too, so it's much better like this. I like it.
Good. Well, and you guys, so it's my fault. You still have a Playset Potential show, and you recorded a very special one about Big Hero 6 last week, and we're going to be posting that soon, and then we're going to get your other, we have one still waiting in the wings, and we can all blame me and shame me on the internet for that, but you guys are still doing the Playset Potential, and we're going to keep that up, and we even have a couple more shows in mind with you guys, so I think we'll be seeing more of you real soon.
I like it. Thank you very much.
Sarah, did you have fun?
I did. I had lots of fun. Thank you.
I know Steve likes it when it's kind of more one-on-one because he doesn't have to talk over anyone, but when you're doing something with Steve, you always have to talk over him. So I hope you still enjoy it.
She knew this getting into this, man.
I'm not saying anything. I'm going to get yelled at later.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Oh, too fun. All right, guys. Well, thanks everyone who joined us in the chat room. It was a good show. If you like what we do, head over to iTunes, subscribe to us on YouTube. We passed 2,000 subscribers, so thank you all who subscribe and like what we do. We're gonna keep it up. We're just gonna keep rolling out that content. So thanks a lot. Yeah, Sarah, Steve, thank you both so much. Really enjoyed it.
Hey, did you say is TJ and Julie, are they in the chat tonight?
No, they're not in the chat, but I messaged.
Because Steven's on, they tune out. They only come on for Jason and see, it's ridiculous.
Well, that's because Julia is like, wait, is Jason on the show tonight? She's like, we're gonna make it.
She gets on, and then
we need to start talking in Australian accents now, so we get another audience.
That's true. Crikey. That's all I can say.
Yeah, let's do that. I want to get the TJ and Julie audience.
All right. Yeah. Well, actually, I've reached out to him. I want to get them on the show again because that was a lot of fun too.
Yeah, I don't worry. I won't invite myself on.
You have to be. You have to be. It's the couple cast where I am not a couple at that time.
Could you please bring your wife on? Come on.
Oh my God, she asks about this every time.
Actually, you do, but I agree every time. I'm bringing it up for.
At some point, I will convince her. She's almost done with school, so at that point, she will have no excuses.
I'll Facebook message her over and over and over again.
Please do it. That she actually pays attention to.
Selfie showdown.
The selfie showdown.
My face.
Oh my.
It's sad face.
Yeah.
So she
Too
gets
fun.
on the act, so.
I like it. Well, thanks again, buddy. Thanks for letting us come on. And I miss everybody else. And if you talk to Pirate Steve, tell him I said hi. And if you talk to Lloyd, tell him no harm meant by the moose comments. I'm sure he doesn't have a pet moose.
No, it's not a pet. It's more a utility vehicle.
It is. They don't call it pets there when they use it to get around.
Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Well, thank you again for joining me. And thanks everyone out there who watched and is watching either live or after the fact. We appreciate it. And we will see you next time. But until then, we hope your week is filled with infinite possibilities.